Guys, I'm back for another video. Today I want to talk about teen pregnancy, and the first thing I want to say about teen pregnancy is it's preventable, just like the Teen Mom shows that always says sex is 100% preventable. To find out more, blah blah blah. But it is preventable. So ladies, get birth control. There is no reason why you should not get on birth control. If you are sexually active, or even if you're thinking about being sexually active, go get on that shit, girls. Because I'm going to tell you what, you are going to be happy that you did. These years are for you, and enjoy them. Don't worry about, being in such a hurry to have sex. And if you want to be in a hurry, then just protect yourself. And guys, wrap it up. I know that y'all want to say, well, it kind of kills the mood when you go and reach for a condom. Well, you know what kills the mood? A screaming baby with a loaded diaper. That's what kills the mood. So let me just say that right now. Don't make excuses why you don't want to be, why you don't want to protect yourself. Because it's very important, not only against pregnancy, but STDs, anything like that. There are so many options available nowadays that it's just ignorant not to do it. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for it, and it should be something that, like I said, there's just no excuse not to get on birth control. But, I understand there's a lot of peer pressure nowadays. And ladies, I know that we mature faster than boys, so, we kind of want to, we're curious, your hormones are raging, guys, girls, it's going to happen, and I know teens are having sex. That's just the way it is. But I'm just saying, just protect yourself. There's so many options out there, so just do it. That's all I want to say. So I was a teen mother. I got pregnant with my daughter at the age of 18, and I gave birth at 19. I was with my boyfriend, for about 3 years. I was with my boyfriend for about 3 years when I got pregnant, and I was not using birth control whatsoever. In the beginning of our relationship, we used condoms, and then, as we started getting more comfortable with each other, we stopped, and I know that happens a lot. I was on birth control for a short period of time. We did move in together once he turned 18 and I was 17. We got our own place, we moved in together. I was on birth control then. But we actually ended up breaking up for maybe a couple months. And we got back together, and I got pregnant within just a week, 2 weeks. It was a month that we had gotten back together. I was pregnant, and it was a surprise, but it wasn't. I wasn't like, oh my God, how did that happen? And I was like, I knew what happened, and, stuff like that. I wasn't very surprised that I was pregnant, but what I didn't know is what I was in for. Prior to me getting pregnant, I had never ever had any experience with children. I really didn't like kids. I had no patience for them. I wasn't one of those, oh my gosh, you're so cute. I was not like that. I was like, whatever, get that kid away from me. I don't want to hear him cry, And I know that sounds mean. I'm totally not like that now, but that's just how I was back then. And so I was scared shitless, and I thought about adoption multiple times. Abortion crossed my mind, but adoption was something that I really, really thought about constantly. And I really actually was starting to consider it because my relationship wasn't in a good place. I wasn't in a good place. I had my shit was not together enough to bring a child into the mix. So I just felt like adoption would be the way to go. Sorry, my camera's falling. But me and my boyfriend, we talked about it, and sometimes we'd be like, yeah, that'd be a good idea and stuff. But anyways, I ended up keeping her, and I struggled with keeping her in the beginning. I was a really big party girl before I had gotten pregnant. I smoked a lot of marijuana. I drank a lot. I was always partying, having a good time. And obviously I quit doing all that when I got pregnant. I quit smoking weed, and I just I really just had to take a good look at my life. I did not finish high school. I dropped out before I got pregnant, and I was trying to obtain my GED during my pregnancy, and even before. I had just put it on hold and stuff because I was too worried about my boyfriend. Girls, don't do that, because yeah, it's not the best thing to do. You need to focus on school. But anyways, I stopped doing all that. I stopped doing the party thing, and once I had her, it was like a slap in the face, because I did not know how to go from being a young girl that partied and it was all about me and going out and having a good time to, okay, I'm stuck at home taking care of this child that I have no idea what I'm doing whatsoever. What the hell? And so I was having a very difficult time with having her in the beginning. You know, and I feel bad for saying this, but I just want to keep it real, because this is my life, and this is what happened. You know, after I had her, I realized how hard it was, and I was like, damn, like maybe, you know, I made the wrong decision by keeping her. Like I just can't deal with this. I can't handle this. But that went away. I started really falling in love with her, and I was just like, you know what? No, this is what I did make the right decision. But so there was a day where my friends had graduated high school, and they wanted me to go to their graduation ceremony, and I went and I watched them walk, and I felt so left out. I felt so disgusted with myself, because I had dropped out of school. I just had a child. I was so young. I did not know what I was doing. I was very depressed, and I just broke down and I cried. I felt like I was missing out on everything, and it wasn't just because I had a baby. It was so many different things, and I was so angry at why I let my life get to where it was. I felt like I was stupid, and I didn't think anything through. I just acted, and I was just living for the moment. And I know that's what teenagers do. They live for the moment. It's all about right now. You know, you don't think about a year or 5 years from now. It's always right now, and those moments can be life-changing things. So you really need to be careful. You know, I felt bad about that, but what really hit me hard was the relationships. This isn't always the case, but sometimes and a lot of times this is the case. Your friends slowly fade away. When you are young and you have a child, and your friends, they don't have children, they don't understand what you're dealing with. You guys are going on, you know, you're going two different directions in life. Your priorities are different. They're worried about what they're going to wear on Friday night, and you're worried about how you're going to buy diapers. And it took a big toll on my friendships, and even my relationship with my boyfriend. You know, we were so stressed out. You lose sleep, because the baby's always needing something. In those first few months, it's very difficult because they cry constantly, and even when you feed them and change them, they still cry. And it's not about you anymore. It's all about the child, and you have no time to focus on your relationship, and it takes its toll. You're both stressed out, and when you're both stressed out, it's hard to make a relationship work, because it's just like, I'm so fucking pissed off all the time, and you take it out on each other, and it takes its toll, like I said. And the same thing with friends, you know. I'm going to go into this friendship thing in a different video, because I had something happen to me, and it's not just regarding teen pregnancy. It's kind of what happened during that whole course of time. I did lose one of my best friends, and I had a lot of it had to do with the way I was behaving, but it went back to teen pregnancy and why I was behaving that way. And I lost my best friend because of it, and it sent me into a very deep depression, and I still to this day I get sad about it, and I struggled with it very bad, and I was angry and resentful. And so anyways, I just want to say that having a baby young, it makes everything in your life difficult. Okay, you want to go to school, you have to figure out who's going to watch your baby. You have to figure out how you're going to pay for daycare if you can't find anybody that will do it for free. You have to figure out how you're going to sit down and do your homework at night when your kid is screaming its head off, and every time you try to sit down, they're either grabbing at your papers or they're crying or they need something. So it's very difficult. Oh my gosh, being a mother is the best thing in the world. But when you are trying to accomplish all these goals, it makes things hard. It takes a toll on everything, especially your relationships. It is very difficult. It also, you lose a lot of sleep. Like I said, those first couple months are very rough. You're up every 2 hours feeding, changing, and it's just like, you can't even keep your eyes open. You're so tired. It's so hard in the beginning. And another thing is I guess for me, I felt like this a little bit, when I started going to college. I saw a lot of people that I went to school with, and, they were always talking about, yeah, college parties, and woohoo, let's go to the dorms, and, drink, and I felt left out. I was like, damn, you miss out on that college experience, and it's hard. It's sad, because you're like, I could totally be having so much fun right now, but your priorities have changed. You no longer can do those things. You have to be a mother. And I was like, damn, I wish I could go to have these dorm parties, and I wish I could go away and just live my life and get an education and spend all this good time with my friends or people that I had gone to school with, and just the college life. I really felt like I missed out on that. So that made me sad. I was just like, damn, I wish I could do that. It made it very difficult. It just sucks so bad. And that kind of goes back to being so young. You're no longer free. Before you had your child, it was like, I could get up and I can go and I can do and I can, anything I wanted I can do. When you have a child, getting out the door takes forever. It's hard. You're not free as a bird anymore. You're tied down. You have to be a grown-up, and you can't be a kid no more. You can't be all about you. It has to be all about that child. And it's a life-changing thing, and it's hard. It's very difficult. But it's hard, okay? And I just want to tell you, all you young girls out there, just please get on birth control, and just please understand that you don't need to please your boyfriend. You need to take care of yourself, because you don't understand just how difficult it is to be an adult, actually at any age, to have a baby as an adult at any age, but to have a child as a teenager or even in your early 20s, it's very difficult. Because you still want to get cute, you still want to go out, you still want to do and have fun, and you can't. And then when you do have a child and you try to go out and you try to drink and have a good time, people are like, she's a shitty mom. Or you feel guilty that you're going out and you're trying to have a good time because you feel like you shouldn't be doing that, because those days need to be over. You need to be focusing on your child and not going out to the bars. I tried to go out and have a good time during when I first had my daughter. That's all I wanted to do. Was I still wanted to go back to the party life, but my parents and everybody's like, damn, what are you doing? You're not being a good mother. And I was like, I'm not. So I just completely shut it out. I no longer did anything as far as partying or going to the bar or anything like that. But any time that I did try to get out for once, I felt guilty. I felt bad. So it's like, even when you get that time away from your child, it's like you really can't get away from your child, because you can't get your mind off of your child. You're like, oh my gosh, is she or he okay? I feel guilty. I shouldn't be out. I should be at home. And oh man, I wonder, just all these things go through your head, and it's just like you can't even enjoy yourself, because it's just your mind races and stuff like that. So just, yes, wear condoms, use birth control, and be smart. If you're going to have sex, just be smart about it. I'm not saying don't have sex, because we all know that you teens, that's what you all like to do. And if you are pregnant right now, okay, listen. If you have accepted the fact that you're going to be a mother and you want your child, that's okay. Now, don't think what I'm saying is having a child at a young age ruins your life, because it doesn't. Okay? It can make things difficult, but that doesn't mean it's going to ruin your life. You just have to learn how to live your life a different way. Okay? And sometimes it's a good thing because it can make you grow up and get your shit together. And if you get your shit together young, then you're still young when your shit's together, and everybody else is trying to get their shit together, and you've already got it together because you had something to motivate you to get through those times. And yes, it's hard, but to be a mother is like the best thing in the whole world. The love that you get for your child, there's nothing like it. And it's amazing, and I just want to say that it's not the worst thing in the world. It's the hardest thing, and it's the best thing in the world. And girls, I just want to throw this in there. I know that I kind of went down and then up, but I'm going back down as far as happiness goes. Don't think, okay, I know that sometimes when girls are pregnant and their boyfriends are very supportive of them during their pregnancy, they think that the boyfriend's still going to be very supportive when that baby comes. Sometimes that's the case. There is a lot of good guys out there that are good fathers and that they will stick by you. But there's a lot of guys out there that may act and be all for it, but once that child comes, it's a different story. And you know what? You don't want to be sitting at home by yourself, completely alone, and he's out doing whatever he wants, but you can't do that anymore, and you have to really think about if when you decide to have sex with somebody and you do it unprotected, you need to think, is he really going to be a good father? Can I see him doing these things? And you might think, yeah, he'd be a great daddy. You don't understand what it's like until you're there and you're in that situation. Everything changes. It causes tremendous amount of stress on the relationship. Not always, but most of the time, and especially when you're young. It's stressful on relationships. When you are young, it's even worse because nobody has their shit together. You gotta get a job, you gotta get your shit in gear, and you're not quite ready for it all. It's overwhelming and it takes its toll. So be careful. If you want to go and be stupid with some guy, make sure that you're at least, with somebody decent. Because even if he seems decent, having a kid is a hard thing to do at any age. But when you're young, and guys are kind of like more, the women, they do more than the guys. And I was very blessed. So I don't know really what to say about how it is to be a single mother. Because I didn't have to experience that. Thank God. And I'm so grateful. My husband is so good with our daughter. I couldn't ask for anything better. I'm so lucky and grateful for him. It's not even funny. But not all of us get that lucky. So, this video is getting kind of long, but I just wanted to tell you guys out there that just be careful and enjoy your life as a teenager. Don't try to be in such a hurry to grow up. It's hard. It's so hard. Just enjoy being a teenager, just be happy where you're at. Don't be in a hurry to grow up, because once you grow up and you look back, you're like, damn, why did I want this so much at such a young age? Like, this is wonderful, but it's hard. And if you are pregnant now, make the best out of your situation, and don't think that just because all these statistics say that, oh, you're not going to finish school, you're not going to do this, you can't do that. Make that your motivation to do it. Fuck the statistics. Yes, that's usually what happens. Protect yourself, don't get pregnant again, and get your shit together, and you'll feel more proud that you graduated college and you did what you needed to do as a young mother, because it's more of an accomplishment because you had more to deal with while you were getting your degree, and it makes you stronger. So I'm going to end this video now, but I just wanted to give a little word of advice on teen pregnancy, and I'll be making more videos soon, so stay tuned, and thank you for watching.